Yo, what's going on, boys and girls? Today, we're going to be talking about the new TickTickTrader straight to funded plus accounts because they are pretty revolutionary in the instant funding space. We've been waiting a long time after instant funding came out for like some kind of new innovation. And, I think this is it, boys, but we're gonna go over it to see exactly all the details, and if it's good or not, we're gonna decide. Is it better than the traditional instant funding? Because the one thing that caught my attention the most with these accounts is that there is no consistency rule, right? Instant funding typically has a 20% consistency rule. So if you take a massive loss day, very hard to bounce back without raising your payout target. You know what I mean? So not having a consistency rule is pretty huge. But what we're going to do today is we're going to dive in to the exact rules, the benefits, the downside, everything about these S2F plus accounts from TickTickTrader. Now, TickTickTrader is a OG company. They've been around for years and years, and they did actually come out with the instant funding. I remember because in like 2023, like kind of right when I was getting into prop firms, I hated the evals, so I found these guys, but the instant funding wasn't that good. I mean, I did get the accounts. I did almost get a payout with them. I was payout eligible, and then I blew them. I was just being stupid, right? But instant funding has changed a lot since then, and I mean, they technically are the godfather of instant funding here. So that's why they're saying that these new S2F plans are pretty crazy, and they're right here. You could have 10 of them. The new S2F plus accounts, right? You can get up to $1 million in real capital basically instantly without passing an eval challenge, right? So it's kind of the biggest instant funding available, right? You should really only get 750K with most companies. So let's take a look at the plans really quick, right? So they're instantly funded right here, right? Drawdown limit 3,000. I have the 100K accounts. You can see them right here. Because there is no consistency target or no consistency rule, I ended up full porting NFP, making about $60,000 across 10 accounts. So I mean, we have a giant buffer here, and the way that it works to get a payout, because that's all that really matters, right, is the payout. You could do it anytime, but you need 10 points for the first payout, right? This will be our first payout that we're working towards. So let's go right into like the point system, because that's the most important thing about these S2F plus accounts, right? They're instant funding. We know there's no consistency rule. So let's take a look at the payout policy, because they go on a point system instead of a consistency rule, which I think is pretty cool and interesting, right? So first, let's take a look at the point system. So how do we get a point is the question. Your profit score reflects your trading performance. While you won't see negative days result in a -1 deduction, consistent losses will prevent your score from increasing. So that's pretty interesting right there. Let's take a look, take a deeper dive. So daily results, what happens to profit score or point score? No, it's a profit score, yeah. So close profit of greater than 0.05%, you get 1 point. So 0.05%. So it goes off the account size, right? So for the 50K, you just need a little over $250 in 1 day to achieve +1 point. And you need 10 of these to get a payout. And for the 100K account, it's $500, right? That's how you get 1 point. You get 10 points, you get a payout. So that's basically it. Now let's see sample scenario, because they say they do not reduce the point score, which they actually changed, because at one point they did reduce it if you had a losing day for the profit score, but now they don't, which is pretty bullish. So day one you get +1 point because you got $300. So net loss, no change. Red day doesn't subtract. Huge. Day 3, you didn't get above the 250 profit score, so there's no change. Day 4, you're above 250, so you get a point. So basically, you could withdraw as soon as you get to 10 points, right, for the first payout. Now let's take a look at the payout cycle here, right? So red days don't subtract. Green days above the 0.05% of the account do add to the profit score. And okay, so this is where it gets a little tricky. It makes it seem like you're getting a massive payout because you have 10 accounts, right? But what they're really trying to do is get you in a live account, but you also get a payout. So we have $100,000 accounts, right? So we'll just go off that because that's my favorite. So the payout cap it's capped on these instant funded accounts, right? Just like most accounts, especially with instant funding. Now you could request up to $2,000 per cycle, right? And the thing that I want to get to that kind of blew my mind this, right? So because it's a point system and it's not a consistency system, you could basically get to the 10 points while only having $2,000 profit in your account, or $1,000 profit, whatever. And you could still request a payout, which is pretty crazy. So let's say you ran it up to $5,000. You got the 10 points, but in the middle of that, you lost, you tilted, whatever happened, you lost $3,000. Now your account only has $2,000 in it, but you have the 10 points. So realistically, you could just request the full $2,000 payout. And what you'll get is, if you have 10 accounts, you'll get $10,000. So you'll get $10,000 directly deposited into the bank. 40% of that will go to the live wallet, which is their ultimate goal, right? They don't want you sim farming. No companies really do. They're going to basically take 40% of your payouts and put it in a live wallet, and they'll take 10% after that. So it's a 90-10 split, which is typical. But what they're doing is they're only paying you 50% out of your payout into your bank while making your live wallet grow. And so, okay, so you'll get $10,000, and then $8,000 of that will go into the live wallet. And once you hit $10,000 in that live wallet, you get moved to live. And the most interesting thing about these accounts is that once you get moved to live, right, via the payout split, so basically it's like 2 payouts, maybe 3 from 10 100K accounts, you'll get moved to live. What happens is your sim accounts, they get frozen, right? So in our scenario here, where we made about $60,000, we're already at like about $6,000 per account, just under $6,000 per account. We're only 2 days in, so we still need 8 more days or 8 more profit score points to take a payout. But what'll happen is, assuming, you know, we don't take massive losses, which could happen. Let's say we do bounce around and we end up with 10 profit score points and we have a $105,000 account balance. We'll take out $2,000. We'll get 10K in the bank. We'll put 8K in the live wallet. TickTick will take their 2K commission, and then we only need 7 points to get the next payout. So 7 times 500 minimum is $3,500. Let's just say it's best case scenario. We're at 103K after that withdrawal. We take minus 2,000 out of there, so we'll end up with $104,500 after 2 payouts, right? That's best case scenario. We didn't take a loss. We just hit exactly 500 every single day, and we got our next payout for the 7 points. So what'll happen is they'll get moved to live, or we will get moved to live, and our remaining balance will stay in those sim accounts, right? So those sim accounts don't ever just disappear, which is huge. It's huge. So they'll move you to live with that profit split that you were kind of, you know, building that live wallet with. And what you could do is, whenever you make, let's say you make $1,000 in your live account. So you're up $1,000 in the day. What you could do then is take $1,000 from your S2F Plus account, put it into your live wallet, right? So basically it kind of doubles whatever you make in the live account, which is huge. Now, it's only from 1 out of the 10 accounts, right? So you can only take $1,000 and multiply it by, 2. So, I mean, if you make $10,000 and you only have, let's say, $3,000 per account in your S2F Plus account, then I think you could take $1,000 from each account, maybe. I'm not totally sure about that. But what it does is it multiplies your live funded wins by taking whatever you have in your S2F Plus sim funded account. And then you could just withdraw it. And now the profit split does go down to 80-20, which I think is completely necessary for them to do for, the longevity of these accounts, and for them to still make profit, right? So, I mean, the thing is, this is basically a real live account that kind of has bonuses from your sim performance, right? There's no profit score, no daily loss limit. You could take daily multiple withdrawals, qualify for profit transfer. The profit transfer is exactly what I was just talking about. We could take a deeper look into this, right? You must earn the same profit amount in live before you could transfer that sum to your sim. So just like I said, the amount you can transfer is subject to a 10% cap based on your account size. For example, a 100K account, the maximum transfer is $10,000. Multiple account holders can make 1 transfer per a week. Transfer amounts equals remaining sim profit you haven't already moved. When your S2F plus SIM account's profit balance hits 0, that SIM account closes permanently. Okay, so let's take a look at this example right here. Let's kind of make this a little smaller so you guys can see it without my big ass head being in the way. If your SIM balance has $2,000 profit, you must take $2,000. You must make $2,000 in your live account first. Then you can transfer $2K from the SIM account into your live account. If your live ends in a breach, make sure to check out what happens if I fail my live account. So this is the second thing that is fucking huge about these S2F Plus accounts, and that really piqued my interest. Because like I mentioned earlier, these S2F Plus accounts, they never disappear. They're always there. So let's take a look at what happens. While we strive to avoid the situation, I mean, obviously we don't want to blow our live accounts, right? But it does happen. We're traders, we fuck up. It's a huge mental game. It's a very hard game that we're in the first place. So it does happen. So let's say we do blow our live account. What'll happen is, okay, so I kind of like this because, when you blow an account, it no matter what, it takes a mental toll, right? Even if you're super strong, even if you don't feel it, it is gonna fuck with your mental, right? Because taking losses, it's part of the game, but it's harder for us humans to accept emotionally, right? So what they're gonna do is put you on a 1-week cooldown period to reset and reorganize your strategies, right? So they basically say you cannot trade with TickTickTrader for 1 week, right? You're on a cooldown, you just blew your live account, take a break, which is not a bad thing, right? But what's huge is after the cooldown, your S2F Plus SIM accounts will reactivate automatically. So let's say we did still have a bunch of profits in those accounts, right? After we went through our live account and we blew it on because we fucked up. Well, let's say we still had, like $3,000, whatever we had in our live accounts, right? We could then just go back to these SIM Plus, straight to funded Plus accounts and start stacking back up payouts, right? Taking $10,000 payouts, adding 4% to the live wallet to try to go back live again, right? So that's kind of the beauty of this, right? So you work to get payouts and build a live account. So best case scenario, you take 20 G's in payouts, you spend about $2,500. Let's take a look at the sale right now. Yeah, so right now it's 65% off. You get up to 70% off if you take with Skrill, right? So with code DGT, you'll get 65% off. You pay with Skrill and code DGT, you get an account for about $2,000. Let's take a look at the exact price, because price to profit or price to payout ratio matters. So 2,446.50 minus another 5%. Actually, hold on, that's not right. Let's do the total price minus 70% because that's what it goes off of, right? So the all-in cost is about $2,100. Now the first payout is $10,000 maximum, right? And that goes into your bank. That's after the profit split. That's after you build your live account. That's after they take commissions, right? So that is basically a 500% payout, almost. It's a little less than 500%. So it's kind of like a 5x. Now that's with this sale. I don't know how long this sale is going to last. It got extended today for about 2 days. The math is mathing, right? There's no consistency rule. You go to live, you get daily you get daily withdrawals multiple times if you want. If you blow your account, you just go back to SIM on the live account. And now, okay, let's say you don't make it to the live account, right? Let's say you get one payout, you bank in that 10 G's, right? Assuming you have 10 100K accounts, you buy the 10 account bundle, right? Assuming you get one payout, that $8,000 goes into the live wallet and you fuck up, right? Let's say you get that payout, you blow your accounts. Then what happens, right? What happens is you could rebuy your accounts and your live wallet will still be there. So you take one more $10,000 payout, boom, now you're in live because your live wallet never disappears, right? It's only below your live account that balance could disappear. So that is one of the biggest things, right? So I'm one of those guys, right? Sometimes I'll get a payout, I'll be fucking so high up there, I'm gonna be like, I'm invincible. I started going degen and I blow my account, right? After one payout. It happens to me quite often. Something that, I'm trying to fix, but it's difficult because trading is hard, right? But with this, it's not like the payout it's not like that 40% just disappears, right? It still stays with your live funded account. So you could try it again. get another payout, and then move to live for daily withdrawals, right? So it's kind of like TickTick had like an orgy with Take Profit Trader and Tradeify, and they kind of like combined them, right? So the S2F Plus, the straight to funded part, is kind of like Tradeify because it's instant funding and it's pretty goated. And the daily withdrawals part, once you're in the live account, is kind of like Take Profit Trader. So it's like, yeah, they kind of had like a baby. And then these S2F Plus accounts came out. So it's pretty fucking sweet at the end of the day. Like when they first dropped this, I looked at it, I saw the payout policy, I'm like, this is kind of bullshit, right? They're basically taking away 50% of my payout. But in reality, it's still such a massive deal if we look at the price to payout ratio like we just did, right? I mean, it's $2,100, one payout. Doesn't matter what the account balance is at. You get $10,000 into the bank and then you fund the live. So it's pretty fucking big brain. And now you could just go with one account. I don't know how much it is for one account. I like to go big or go home personally. But let's take a look at the price here. Minus the 70% discount, assuming you pay with Skrill and code DGT. Oh, hold on. I did that completely wrong. I was like, there's no fucking way. I was like, there's no way that's the price. Minus 70%. Yeah, okay, so it's $209. Yeah, so I mean, it's the same thing if you buy one account or 10 accounts. It's still basically a 5x ROI. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to advise you on return on investment or any of that kind of shit because I can't. But from a educational standpoint, that is the price to payout ratio. It's about 5x. And that's with a 100K account as well. For the 50K account, what is it? 449. I mean, the prices aren't too much different. I don't know if I'd really ever go with the 50K accounts. I was loving 50K accounts. I do still love 50K accounts, but in this scenario, it is only $1,000 more. I'm not sure. This is something I just can't decide on. Well, I already decided on it and went with 100Ks. But so it's $134 for one 50K account. Where is that payout for the 50K accounts? Let's take a look at it. Why not, right? S2F payout policy. So it's $600 basically straight to the account, and then what, $400 into the live account, and then they take $200. I don't know, it should only be $120. Okay, my math's a little wrong there. But basically, what really matters is the money that goes into your bank account for the time being. So that is let's do 600 divided by 134. So it's a 4.47 price to payout ratio here. So, I mean, I guess it depends on you, right? You can make this decision. I think the 100K personally is just all around better, especially price to payouts, drawdown limits. I mean, you pay an extra almost $87 for $1,000 or more drawdown. I don't know. Then there's some other account types. I don't really care about those account types. These are my core focus here, the S2F Plus accounts, because of how sweet this is here. Okay, so let's take a look at the live wallet now. The live wallet is what is being built every time you take a payout. So multiple S2F Plus accounts, it's a $10,000 required balance, right? Which is about 2 payouts. And now there was a little bit of fuss about TickTick having to be the leader account when copy trading. I talked to their support, and they mentioned that they've never ever denied someone for a copy trading with TickTick and not having them as the leader account when copy trading, because we love to copy trade. We're using Trade Day as our leader account. You don't actually need TickTick to be the leader account. That's what they say. I did see it in their rules a while back. I don't see it anymore. They say they don't enforce it. Just keep that in mind, right? It could still be in the rule. Yeah, I mean, that kind of sums it up. That really does kind of sum it up. So in summary, the best part about S2F Plus accounts from TickTick are their instant funding with no consistency rule. The only prop firm in the game right now with no consistency rule on instant funding, right? This is the biggest deal. Fuck consistency rules. I want to be able to fucking degen and make $60,000 in one day across 10 accounts like we did today, right? This is exactly what I'm looking for, because those huge days where you catch a trend, they make or break me personally, right? I have to catch a beautiful trend. I mean, in this case, it was a news play, which is allowed as well. There's no news rule, but catching a trend is just so massive for my trading career that consistency rules completely fucked me. The second thing is the live account, right? You still get a pretty big payout, and you build a live account that you could withdraw from daily. And if you blow it, you still have the S2F plus cushion, right? Worst case scenario. But if you make money in the live account, you could basically double up on that profit by withdrawing from the S2F plus accounts into your live wallet, which you could then withdraw instantly, daily, anytime you want, multiple times a day, which is fucking massive. And the price, I mean, Jesus. I like to go big or go home. $2,100 with code DGT and paying with Skrill. $2,446 with just code DGT. And you get 10 instant funny accounts with no consistency rule. Point system is super sweet. I mean, you could literally take out a payout even if you only have $3,000, and as long as you get the 10 points or the 7 points for your next payouts, it's just so huge. Because everyone has losing days, and sometimes the losing days can be massive. But if you slowly grind out of that hole with base hits, you could have $3,000, $2,000 left in the account, still take a $10,000 payout, either close the accounts completely by withdrawing everything, or have, a little bit of a buffer left over and still possibly get into the live account. And the live account balance never goes away unless you blow that account. So even if you fuck up after one payout, boom, restack, re-get a payout, and you're back in live, and you still have the sim-funded buffer. Plus, the opportunity to withdraw from sim-funded into the live account. It's just so huge. I don't know. I love it. Let me know what you guys think about it. There really isn't any other rules. I mean, the rules just, they're not, there's really nothing else. I mean, let's take a look at the rules. There's the drawdown limit, normal. You could have 10 contracts, applies both to sim and live. Daily loss rule, you could remove it with the daily loss add-on. Active account cap, you can only have 10 accounts. Monthly purchase, you can only have 20 per trader. Those are the rules. There's really no rules, and there's no consistency rule. Fucking huge. In my opinion. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And hey, I mean, like, is this going to be the new thing in the instant funding space? Having a point system instead of a consistency rule system? I mean, I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. I am out. It is the weekend. Peace out, guys. I love you. Stay beautiful. We're taking a beautiful green day today, and we'll be back to live trading on Monday. Peace out, family. Till next time.